Yo, what is going on guys, Flashverse here, and welcome back to another video on The Fly Season 8, and this will be a theory video going over how The Fly Season 8 could set up Barry's obsession with studying the future. So yeah, we are just under 2 weeks away for The Fly Season 8 to air on the CW, so do expect a plethora of things coming our way. In fact, I'm very surprised that we did not end up getting a second trailer this week, because they do normally release 2 trailers before the season starts. And also for The Fly Season 7, they did release that Run Barry Run trailer 2 weeks before the season premiere for The Fly Season 7, so I was expecting a Season 8 trailer dropping this week. In fact, I did expect it to drop on Tuesday because that would mark the exact 2 weeks for The Fly Season 8 to air, so I was surprised that they didn't release it on Tuesday. So maybe they will release it next week. I guess we will have to wait and see. Then they might not even end up releasing another trailer. Who knows? But in the next couple of days, we should also expect the synopsis being released for episode 2 of season 8, as well as some promo images for episode 1. So those are very exciting as well, and be on the lookout for those because I will be doing videos on those as well. But for The Fly Season 8, we do know that the first 5 episodes will be a special event titled Armageddon, which is a crossover. Armageddon will essentially be a crossover taking place within the first 5 episodes of The Fly Season 8, and this special event will be known as Graphic Novel number 5. So they are still continuing that graphic novel format, just like Season 6 and Season 7. So yeah, the Bloodwork storyline was Graphic Novel 1, Eva was Graphic Novel 2, Forces was Graphic Novel 3, Godspeed was Graphic Novel 4, and Armageddon will be Graphic Novel number 5. And for this Armageddon event, we'll be having a bunch of guest stars joining us. From the heroes, we do obviously have Team Flash, and then we have characters from outside Team Flash such as Mia Queen's Green Arrow, Batwoman, Black Lightning, The Atom, Alex Danvers, and Ryan Choi joining forces with Team Flash. And it's very exciting because this is the first crossover we're getting since Crisis on Infinite Earths, and it's just going to be really cool seeing all these heroes together. But we do also have villains returning for this crossover as well. We have obviously Damien Dark and Ia Barton returning, and they will essentially form a team of their own, which will be that reformed version of the Legion of Doom. And we do also have Chillblaine coming back for Armageddon as well. Whether he will team up with them, I'm not entirely sure. I guess we will have to wait and see. And obviously we do have the main big bad himself, Despero, and he will be played by Tony Curran. Now, we do know that the premise of Armageddon involves exploring the possible futures of these different characters in the Arrowverse, and we do know that time travel will be heavily involved, saying that we are getting characters like Mia Queen, who's from 2040, and seemingly Damien Dark, who will be a time travel version of Damien Dark, because we do know that Damien Dark has died on Legends of Tomorrow Season 5, but he's back in this crossover, so the only way he could possibly return is through time travel. And for the back half of the season, we have seen some set photos which does hint to some more time travel taking place, whether it's the past or the future, as we have seen Bart and Nora and Garrick film scenes in which, with Bart and Nora, we do know that they filmed scenes with Eddie Thawne, which you can assume takes place during Season 1, since Eddie Thawne died during the Season 1 finale, so it cannot be beyond Season 1. But also we do have some behind the scenes shots of the Flash Museum where we have seen the 3 speedsters, Garrick, Nora, and Bart together. So we do know that we will be getting some future time travel as well. And this video is kind of related to time travel in some way. As I said during the start of this video, I'll be talking about how Armageddon could essentially set up Barry's obsession with the future. But before I go over anything, however, you guys don't forget to drop a like on the video and subscribe to the channel so you are aware of more Arrowverse content coming your way. Okay, so if we take a trip back to The Fly Season 7 episode 4 titled Central City Strong, and that was essentially the episode which Abracadabra made his return, we did get this very interesting scene taking place between Kadabra and the Flash, where Barry heads to confront Abracadabra, and then the conversation ends up talking about the future, in which Kadabra mentions something along the lines of, "You become obsessed with the future, Flash, at least your future self." And obviously this caused some massive discourse going around, since fans were interested to see what Abracadabra was talking about. We do obviously know that Abracadabra is from the future, so he would have already known that the events of Armageddon would have happened. And obviously Armageddon takes place during The Flash Season 8, in which that scene with Kadabra was early Season 7. So technically speaking, this Season 8 version of Barry is the future Flash of the Barry from Season 7. Now, as I said, the premise of Armageddon involves exploring the possible futures of these different characters in the Arrowverse, thus showing different possibilities of how the future ends up looking like with these characters, or just how the future ends up looking like in general. So what if Armageddon is essentially this main catalyst in exploring the storyline with Barry becoming obsessed with the future? So maybe Barry ends up seeing something happening to a specific character during Armageddon. This could possibly end up becoming himself or anyone else, and he sees these different possible futures taking place with those characters, or it could end up being himself. And since he would see these different possible futures taking place, he would do his best to avoid that future becoming a reality, one of those bad futures becoming a reality. That would be a very interesting way to establish this storyline. Like, imagine like Barry looking through these futures and he sees something going wrong. He's like, okay, this is going to be a massive threat to the future. And then Barry will do anything he could to essentially prevent that from happening and then make sure that the outcome ends up becoming different. That would be pretty interesting to see. Be sure to let me know what you guys think about that. Now, this is unrelated to the theory video, but we did actually get a brand new poster for The Flash Season 8, and I do have mixed feelings about it. I'm probably showing it on the screen right now. Obviously, we do see Barry alongside the other heroes like Black Lightning, Batwoman, Green Arrow, Sentinel, and the Atom. But here's my issue with this poster in terms of the characters you're having in this poster. You're having all these heroes, and then you have Iris on the poster? Now, don't get me wrong, I am well aware that Iris is the main female lead, but she is no superhero. In her place, it would have made much more sense if you threw in Ryan Choi, since he is one of the other heroes joining this crossover. We do know that Ryan Choi will become the Atom in this crossover, so it would make much more sense if you put Ryan Choi in that poster, and then we would have that poster with all these returning heroes. So I just don't understand why you have Iris over there, because she is no superhero. You have all these superheroes and you have Iris over there, which just really doesn't make any sense to me. I do understand that she's the main female lead, but if you're going to showcase all those heroes, Iris shouldn't be there. Now, the coloring scheme is a bit weird. At first, I wasn't too much on board with it. I still am not, but the more I look at it, the better it looks. I don't know why that's happening, but it just feels that way. I do really like that transitioning from purple to pink. Now, towards the right hand side, we do actually see a belt of someone, and this does actually belong to Despero. This is indeed Despero's belt. It is part of his costume, and it does look like it will be having some sort of a significance since they are showing it on the poster. But I could be wrong, I could be overthinking it, but I'm pretty sure it will play some sort of main significance. We do know that Despero does have this 3-eye thing in the comics, whereas on the show it looks like he's going to be having the 2 eyes. So maybe that belt plays the role of the 3rd eye. I'm not entirely sure, but that would be pretty cool to see as well. But yeah guys, thanks for watching. If you guys have enjoyed the video, please give a like and subscribe. Be sure to tell me in the comment section down below if you guys are excited for The Flash Season 8. And yeah, I will see you guys in my next video.